Hi all. So this is Anand here. Welcome all. So we are revising the previous year question paper. So today is the last video. So fifth question paper we are revising, that is 2020 April 2022. So this is actually April 2022 question paper. So this is the question paper. Since there is no space, I'm taking it to paintbrush. I'm pasting the question and then I'll be answering it each question. So you can see many types of question here. So I'm just sharing it before you. You can have a look at. So this is actually the question paper. So yes, now you can see that there are 31 questions are there in this question paper, right? So we are going to just go with them. So let me first share the whiteboard. So 1 minute, let me open the paintbrush. Yeah, yeah. All right. So let's see the first question. So the first question is you have to get the see header files. Be clear, very thorough with the header files. Name the header files to which the following built-in functions belong. Right. So you have to know what header file this will be using. So getch. So getch is used to get the character. So CONIO. You are using CONIO. CONIO. You'll be using. So an is digit. You have to use the C type. C type. So these are the header files that you will be using for these two functions. So getch and is digit. So getch is Conio you'll be using, and for is digit, C type you'll be using the header files. All right. So I'll go to the next question. So second question. So you have to write one single statement for an integer named number with assigned value a is equal to 5. Write a statement using conditional operator to check and display whether the number is positive or negative. So what you have to do is positive or negative means if it is greater than, if the value is greater than 0, you have to check with greater than 0. So what I'll do is, so so a is, I'll check a is greater than 0. I'll check. A is greater than 0, then it is positive, colon, otherwise it is negative. So now what happens is a is equal to 5. So it will check if it is greater than 0, true. So it will give positive, right? So this is the statement, the single statement that you have to use. All right, let's go to the third question. So these are all very simple questions, small questions. Say you can answer in even less than 3 seconds, right? So what operator is used? Ampersand symbol is used to declare a reference variable, right? So you use the ampersand symbol. So very simple questions. So question number 4. So how is virtualization, server virtualization different from network virtualization? So this is the answer. So server virtualization divides one physical server into multiple virtual servers, whereas network virtualization will combine the hardware and software network resources into virtual network. So that is the difference between both. So you can take a note of it. So the notes will be uploaded in the question papers will be uploaded on the in the learning resources in the portal. So you can download and you can have a check. All right. So let's move to the fifth question. Okay, fifth question is state 4 advantages of grid computing. So let me give the advantages here. So advantages of grid computing, you can see resource sharing, faster processing, cost efficiency, better utilization of resources. These are the advantages of grid computing. Please take a note of it. So there is space here. So I'm going to go for the sixth question here itself. Write HTML code to display 2D rule in a web page with a width of 2 pixels and without any shade. So the only answer is HR size. You have to give the attribute at size. So HR is the tag. So HR size is equal to 2, no shade. So it will not give any shade. Otherwise, it will give the shade. So no shade means it will not just give the line without the shade. So you have to answer according to the question. So question number 7. So define the following terms. So data abstraction and encapsulation. So this comes under the OOPS concept, right? So you have to be thorough with the OOPS concept. Data abstraction is what showing only the essential features, hiding the implementation details. Showing the essential features of an object and hiding the implementation details. So encapsulation is what? Wrapping data and functions together as a single unit. So that is called encapsulation. All right. So next question. It is a very good question here. This one is a very interesting question. So you have to find the output. So you are printing. See, what I'm doing is I'm taking a string here. Welcome 2021. What I do is I loop through the string. So this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11. The 12th character is /0. /0 will indicate the end of the string. So you're going from index 0 to end of the string. So until 11. It will loop until 11. So now what happens is you are checking each character. If it is a capital character, you have to print the next character, that is X. Right? If it is not a capital character, that is you have to type it as the next character. You have to type the next character of the given character, which is X, WX, right? Suppose if it is a small character, you are going to allocate the previous character to it. Suppose if I give A, if I give E, if I give I, something, whatever it is, it will be the previous character, which is X. Right? So all the characters after that. So here it will be EL, right? So it will be E and L, right? So what I'm doing, E and L. So E will be what? You are checking the alphabet. If it's an alphabet, if it is an alphabet, then you are checking if it is a uppercase character. So you check the condition alphabet, and then you are checking uppercase. If it is an uppercase, you assign the character next character to that character. So W will become X, and E and L are small characters. So it will be assigned with the previous character, which is X. And now C is a capital character, so next character is D, right? So OME are small characters, so it will print the previous character, it will assign, so all the characters will be D. Now if it is a number, it will give it is a hash. If each digit means it will give a hash, otherwise it is an at. So there is a space between welcome on 2021, so the space will be at. And then 2021, so each will be replaced by hash. So what will be the output? Output is very simple. So you see that now the output will be X, 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 D, 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 at, hash, 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 hash. That's it. Very simple. So you're checking whether it is an alphabet. If it is an alphabet, checking for the upper character. If it is an upper character, assign the next character to it. And then if it is a smaller character, assign the previous character to it. Then after that, if there is a space, assign the at. If it is a digit, assign hash. So this is what the program says, and we have taken a note of it. You see, this is what is the output. So next question. Yeah. Question number 9. Answer the following questions. Give any difference between prefix and postfix characters. So the answer is here. So the prefix operator is what? The operator used before the variable. That is plus plus. You are prefixing. You are first incrementing, then assigning. That is plus plus A. Postfix is you assign and then increment. That is the value of meaning of it. Postfix is assign and then increment. Here increment and then assign. Right? That is prefix. So break. Next one is what? Question break and exit. So break will terminate the loop or switch statement, whereas exit will terminate the whole program. So examples I have given for break. Break, you have to give exit of 0. So this is how you have to declare. I've given examples for that and you have answered this question. So next question, we'll move to the 10th question. Yes. Now you see this colon y, this double colon y means it's a global variable. So x is equal to 15 and y is equal to 30 are global. So all the local variables will be inside the functions or inside the main. Whereas when you declare it on the top after the using namespace std, those are all global variables. So this one is a global variable, so y is equal to 30, and global variable x is 15. So now what I do is I just print the value of x and 20. So what it will give, let me give, because value of x, see, you are printing the x and global y. X is local, right? X is local, so it will print 20. So the output will be what it will print. See, you are printing x and global y, so x will be 20, because you are not printing colon x, you are printing just x, so it will give 20, and the global will be 30. So this is what will be printed. After that, what happens? You are interchanging x comma global y. So you are passing the local x and the global y. So you are passing the local x. So now, so this ampersand x will be 20 here, and this y will be what, 30. Global y. You are passing this. So what will happen? X. So long x is what? So that is global. That is global x. Global x is equal to what? X plus y. X is 20. 20 plus 30. That is equal to 50. And then y is equal to what? X minus x is what? 20 minus y is what? 30. So that is equal to negative 10. So now global x is what? Global x is what? 20 minus 10. So that is equal to 30. So you're what you're printing? You're printing the global x. Global x is what? Global x is minus 1 minute. Let me see it. Okay. So wait. 1 minute. Here x is equal to x plus y. So 20 plus 30. So it is 50. So y is equal to 20 minus 30, right? 20 minus 30. That is equal to negative 10. So next is global x. That is equal to x. So x plus x minus y. So current x. So global x. So current x is 20 minus what is y? Y value is negative 10. So that is equal to 30. So you are printing global x. Global x is what? Global x is 30, and local y is 40. So that is the output. So please take a note of it. So we'll go to the next question. Yeah, this is a good question. It's a structure, about the structure. 1 minute. Yeah, define a structure in C++. So how do you write the structure actually? Structure, and the members are given S code, S name, fees, duration, and a function new sports which allows the user to enter the S code. You have to input the S code, S name, duration, assign the fees, values of fees as per the following criteria. So you have to write a structure. So let me show how to write a structure here. So this is how you write the structure. You see here, structure sports. So the all the private variables are declared int s code, character s name of 10, right? Because you see the question, according to that you have to declare double fees and int duration. So you are writing a function new sports, that is what is given in the question, and you're going to input the s code, s name, and duration. You have done it. So now you are comparing the fees. If table tennis is 2,500, if swimming is swimming, what will be the fees, and if football, what is the fees? So yes name, strcmp, yes name comma table tennis means yes, table tennis will be stored in yes name, and we'll compare if both are equal. Yes name is equal to table tennis. If it is table tennis, then the fees is to 2,500. If it is swimming, then it is 3,000. If it is football, means it is 2,000. That is how you have to write this the structure. So very simple question this is also. So you will be able to write the structure. So next question will be define the following. See, define the following terms: void, PTR, and dereferencing operator. So these questions are very commonly you asked questions. So PTR star means what? PTR star, void star PTR means a generic pointer that can store address of any data type. Okay, generic pointer that can store address of any data type, and dereferencing operator star is used to access the value stored at the pointer address. What value is stored in that address is the dereferencing operator star. So that is the meaning of it. Now let's see question number 13, number 1. Okay. Question number 13. Sorry. So this is a question. You see here, a table is given with columns with attributes, code, teacher name, subject, date of joining, periods, experience. So a question now, first question is what? You have to display the teacher name and periods of teachers whose experience is less than. So select. So let me give you the, for the first question, let me give you. You have to, for whose experience is less than 10, we have to display the teacher name and periods. So how do you write the query? For the first question, you are writing this query. You see here, select star from teacher name, select teacher name comma periods from school where experience is less than 10. This is the answer for the first question. Answer for the second question is what? You have to select the teacher name and subject whose names start with R. So this is the answer actually. You see the second one. So select teacher name comma subject from school where teacher name like. So whatever, so teacher name like R percentage. Percentage R percentage means it should contain R. So in the beginning you can contain any characters. At the end also you can contain any characters, but it should have R in between. It should contain R. That is the meaning. So wherever it sees R, so it will display all. So it will display Shyam Sundar. It will display Ravi Prasad. It will display Hari Om. It will display Uma Shankar. So now to display the code, teacher name and subject, all all those teachers who are joined the school after. So you have to check the condition, right? So so this is the code for that. You see here the third one. So select code comma teacher name comma subject from school where DOJ is greater than wait a minute, because the date is not, yeah, I am putting the date there on the top. The question number 3 is on the top where DOJ is greater than 01/01/2000. See, the date that you are giving in MySQL should be of the form DDMMYY. YYYY. So if the date in some other format, you have to give it in this format in the query. Otherwise, it will give a wrong answer. So you have to give this one. That is why I have given the format in that day. So this is the answer for that question. All right. So we'll go to the next question. So identify the error. You can easily identify error in this question. Actually, very simple, but we will not see it. We'll not see it. But it is very easy actually. See, actually, you are declaring a function with a with a reference operator, reference value is being sent as a parameter, and inside the main I'm assigning the value is equal to 18 and pass the value into the function and then printing the value, right? This is actually the program. Now we have to find the error. So as if you see there is no error because you are assigning the value, you are passing, there is no semicolon is there, everything is there. So what is the error? I'll tell you what is the error, because you have given the function name as a keyword. Because these are what I already know that you should not give the keyword as a function name or a variable name. So double is a keyword. So what I can do is I can give some other name, right? I can give some other name as like double value, something like this, double value, something like this. So double value, here you have to give the name double value, and here also when you're calling also you have to give double value of val. This is how you have to give, and then when you run the program it will run clearly. So very simple program, but we will not identify, we will not see that, right? It is a reserved word, right? You should not give the reserved name as the variable name or function name. So that is very important. So we have done with it. So next question. Yeah, this one is write a function to search a specific element in an integer array of 20 elements using binary search. Let me tell you what is binary search, and then if I give, it is very simple. So I'll tell you what is binary search. Then it becomes easy. Binary search is a method used to find an element in a sorted array. If it repeatedly divides the array into two halves. First, what you do it will divide the array into two half and check if it is to the left or if it is to the right. Suppose if into half it will divide. Suppose if the middle value is equal to the key, then the search is successful. It will say that this is what is the element. Okay, suppose if the key is smaller, then it will continue the search in the left half. Suppose if the key is greater, it will continue in the right half. It keeps doing this. It will make it into half and then search to the left, search to the right. At last it will find the element. If the element is not found, it will give that it is not found. So what I will do is let me give you the program here so that it is very simple. You now know what is the algorithm for it. So this is what is the answer for that binary search. Sorry. All right. So binary search, I pass the array containing 20 numbers. I pass the n, I pass the key. So now the key is the value that need to be searched. Array is the n is the number of elements in the. So you are declaring low and high and the mid, right? So if low is less than high, then what I do is middle. I find the middle. If middle is equal to the value key, if it is equal to key, then that is the, so you are returning this. Otherwise you are going to the left half, otherwise you are going to the right half. So this is what you are going. If nothing is found, then it will come return -1. So if the value is a -1, then the search is not found. If the value is not -1, then you have found the search, you are giving the search element. This is what is the algorithm for it. Very simple. So it's not a program, it's just the program segment, right? It's a segment, it's not a program. Program, it's not a whole program, it's just write a segment. So it is simple to write. All right. So next question. Yeah, this one is a 16th question. So 16th, you see here, I'm declaring a class mobile bill. So with private members, IM number, C name, NOC amount, and then you are calculating, you are using a function calculate bill to calculate the bill for that month. So criteria is given. If it is between 0 and 50, what is the amount? If it is for 51 to 100, what is the amount? If the number of calls is between 101 and 200, what is the amount? 200 and above, what is the amount? And rent is equal to 100 is compulsory for all the calls. So now you have to public functions are what get details to get the inputs, and display bill to display the details. This is what you are going to do. So first, let me tell you how to calculate the amount, right? Say for example, you see here, I'm putting it one by one, you can see. So this is the, now if number of calls is made up is equal to 50, right? No charge is applied, amount is equal to 0, but the rent is 100, that I will be adding it later, right? So now suppose if the number of call is between 51 and 100, so only calls above 100 are charged. So the rate is what? Wait, let me tell you, there is a question mark there. Rate is 1 minute. Okay, rate is sorry, this one is rupees. So rupees 20 per call. So what you are doing, you are subtracting 50 calls and then multiplying it 0.20, right? So if it is between, so first 20 calls, first 50 calls, it's free, no? So you subtract it and then multiply by 20 for the rest of the calls above 50. So that is what you're calculating. And then you have to add 100 because that is the rent. You have to add 100 with this amount that we will be doing later. So this is actually, wait a minute. All right. So next is between 100 and 200. What you have to do, you have to subtract. You see here again, same thing. So if number call is between 100 and so calls from 50 to 100, 51 to 100 are charged at the rate of rupees, right? At the rate of rupees 0.20 per call, and calls above 100 are charged at rupees. So what you are doing, you are multiplying 50 with 0.20 and then you add, because first 100 calls it is above 100 calls, so you are subtracting the 100 calls and then multiplying with 0.5. So this is what 51 to 100 are charged at 0.20 per call, right? So you are subtracting by 100 and then multiplying with 0.5. So this is actually for 51 to 100. Same thing you are doing for 101 to 200 and 201 above. I'll show it both. I'll show you. You see now, if number of call is more than 200, calls 51 to 100 is 0.20 per call. This one is calls 100, 101 to 200. This, and calls above 100 is this. So 50 times 0.2 plus 100 times 0.5 plus NOC minus 100, 200. So first 200 you are subtracting, no, and then multiplying with 0.75. And the fixed monthly charges, after calculating the amount, you have only one amount, right? Any of the condition you get the amount, you add 100 to it. So which is a monthly fixed charges. So this is what you're doing it, right? And finally, I'll tell you how to write the class, right? You see, this is the program actually. You are writing the class, right? You see the class I'm declaring the variable that is given. Then what I do is calculate bill. This is the function to calculate the amount, right? As I've given you, we are calculating amount with the conditions. Then get details is to get the inputs. You are getting the inputs and then calling the calc function. Once you get the input, you are calling the function bill, and then you are displaying the bill. So this is how you have to so this is a 4-mark question, so you can easily answer the 4-mark question. So very simple question. So one question on the class will definitely be there, so please make sure you're thorough with the class. So next question, again it is on, yeah, so you are going to answer what are the questions. Let me give you the questions actually. Yeah, so the questions, you see the top is a class with the parameters, data members, number of cars, number of hours, and with member functions, public, float price, and the constructor is top, and the member functions are enter T and exit T. The middle is inheriting the top with a protected access, right? So protected, inside it, protected variables are number of bikes and number of minutes for middle class, for the class middle, and the member functions of class middle is the you are calling the constructor function to assign the values. Then entry m and exit m is the member functions of middle class, and ground is what it is, inheriting the middle class with the public access. So the members are number of cars, number of bikes, duration, and then public is you are calling the constructor ground, and the member functions of ground are enter G and exit G. So now there is no space. Let me write the questions there. So the 4 questions, I'm writing it here on the top. You see, these are the 4 questions. So write the statement to find the sizes of object of class ground and class middle in the bytes. So objects of class ground. So how do you find the size of the object of class ground? So let me write, I write it actually, it's simple. So question 1, COUT, size of the ground, class ground, size of class ground, size of middle class. So you are writing, it will calculate it in bytes and find and give the answer. Write a statement to invoke member functions of class middle by object of class ground. Invoke member functions of class middle from the objects of class ground. So how do you do that? Right, write a statement. So what I do first, I am creating an object G on class ground. So you see the second one, ground G. So G dot enter of M, because you are invoking the member functions of middle. So G dot enter M, G dot exit of M, you are enclosing. So that is for the first and second question. The third question, write names of all data members accessible from the objects of class ground. So class ground, objects of class ground. So all the data members, not member functions, data members means all the variables, right? From objects of class ground. So objects of class ground, because ground is inheriting the middle as public, and middle is inheriting the top as protected. So now the objects will access all the, because when it's a private, it will not be accessed, because since objects of class can access all these variables like number of cars, number of hours, enter, then price, then number of bikes, number of minutes, then number of cars, number of bikes, duration, everything it will access. So that is the answer for the third question. What type of inheritance is this? This one is a multi-level inheritance. I'll tell you what is a multi-level inheritance. See, multiple and multiple. See, multi-level, I'll tell you, it is very simple. You see, multiple is what? Multi level is what? Class A is a main class, base class. Class B is inheriting the properties of A, public A. It is inheriting A. Class C is inheriting B. So I inherit the feature of my father. My father is inheriting the feature of his father. So that is multi-level. Multi-level. Multiple inheritance. Sorry. Wait. Um, Multi-level. Multiple inheritance means when a class is derived from another derived class. So class A, suppose you have a class A, class B is inheriting class A, class C is inheriting both A and B, more than one class. That is multiple. See, so this is very simple question. So class, related to the class, you should know what are the different member functions, or what are the different data members that can be accessed from this particular class, or that particular objects of this particular class, or that particular class will be asked for the different. You refer to all the 5 videos. You will have each video as one question like this. You please refer to all these videos, so you'll be able to really write these answers for this, right? Very simple answers. So next question. All right, so next question, let me go to the next question. Yeah, this one is about the file. So you see here, define a function not sold in C++ to copy records of a binary file gift.dat to another file leftout.dat. See, what you are doing here is, you have a file called gift, right? .dat. You move the contents to the left out, right? .dat. You move it. So these are the different members. You see, members, G status, G price, G gift item, G code, and all are members of the structure gift. So how do you do that? Gift is the structure name. So how do you create an object? You create an object called gift.gift.g. This is how you create the object. So an object is created on the structure. So how do you do that? Let me see. Let me tell you. So now what you are doing here is, see the question clearly. Left out you have to move the contents, right, where the G status is not sold, which have not sold during the festival season. That should be there in the left out. So you are going to check for the G status. If it is no, you move it to the left out. Otherwise, you don't move it to the left out. This is actually, sorry for that. Yeah, this is what you have to know. So let me write the structure so that you can easily yeah, let me write the, you're not writing the entire program, you're writing only the program segment. You see here, void not sold is the function name, right? So this fin is the object I am creating to read the content, so I am writing if stream. To write the content, so I give f stream. F stream and f out is the object of f stream. So what you do is, you create you declare the file with a binary, right, with binary status. So now what I do, I declare a object G on gift class structure, right? So now you read the file, the gift dot data contents. If you find the G.G status, if you find it as n, then write it into the left out dot, otherwise no. So you are checking the condition and writing it, and then you are closing the files. This is what is the code for this. So you can take a note of this, right? See how it is opened. The file is opened with binary mode. That is why it is called IOS binary, is opening the file in binary mode. So please take a note of it. Very simple. So similar kind of questions will be given. Only the variables may vary. So, and the classes may vary. The files, the names may vary, but otherwise it will be the same. So you can easily write the contents. No problem at all. So next question is 19th question. What is normalization? Why is there a need for normalization? Define logical model. Give examples. So let me give the answer. Normalization is the process of organizing data in a database to reduce the redundancy, to reduce the duplicate, right? So to remove data duplication and maintain data integrity, there is a need for it, right? What is a logical data model? Representation of data structure in terms of tables and relationship is a logical data model. Student table with fields, roll number, name, and class is an example of logical data model. Okay, what is the difference? Next question is, what is the difference between structural tags and formatting tags? Very simple. Structural tags or define the structure of web page, whereas formatting tags change the appearance of the text. So you see the example, structural tag is H1, heading tag, and bold character, that is a formatting tag. Bold, italic, underline, and all formatting tags. Okay. So this one question is very simple. You see, write the HTML code to create the following. So you see the bullets and numbering, how it is. Streams available are commas and signs. You see here how it is given. So you have to use the type, right? Ordered type you have to use. Let me give the answer for it. So streams available are, you see OL. OL is ordered list. So type is equal to I, which means that it is a Roman number. So it will give the type as one, means if you give, the first will be one, the second will be number, row number two, and so on. So it will give for the first one, it is formers, it will give roll number one, and for signs, it will give Roman number two, right? And for unordered lists, so these are all unordered. So I'm giving UL. For accounts and business, it's not ordered. If it's not, if it's a numbered list, I should not give it as UL. I should not give it as UL. So unordered list, since it is a bullet, so I'm giving UL. So LI accounts and business studies I'm giving. So you will have a dotted bullets, right? So for commerce, I have two dotted bullets, accounts and business studies. And for science, you can see chemistry and physics, which are dotted bullets. So UL will indicate the bullets and not the numbers, right? You have to understand this. All right. So question number 22. Question number 22. What happens if the image, if the image to be displayed on a web page is not available? Explain the tag and attribute used to do so with an example. If image is not available, alternate text is displayed. Alternate text, you have to give the text as alternate. You see, tag is image tag you have to use, and attribute, what attribute? You have to use alt attribute if the image is not displayed. So example is image is the tag, src is the location, image.jpg, alt. Suppose if the image.jpg is not available, it will print image not available there. Okay, so alt should be used for that. So this is how you have to answer this question. So next question, 23rd question, explain the difference between divide and modulus operator. See, this division, this is a division symbol. It divides the numbers. This is the modulus symbol. It will give the reminder. This is the answer for it. It will give the reminder. You can give an answer, say reminder, right? Suppose, for example, if you want to give 5 divided by 3, 10 divided by 5 will give you 2, right? But 10 modulus 5 will give 0, because when 10 is divided by 5, the remainder is 0. So it'll give the reminder. So that is the meaning of it. That is the answer for it. You can take a note. Okay, all right. Thank you. So now let me go to the next question, 24th question. So this is a very common question. You are converting the if statement into a switch statement. Very simple, right? Switch statement, how to use it? So if you see here, this is the switch statement. You see now, right? If number is equal to 15 or number is equal to 21, you have to print it as an odd number. If number is 12 or number is 24, you have to give even number. Number is 11 or number is 17, you are giving prime number. If it is none of the above, you are giving not specified number. So you have been specified two conditions are given for one if. So 15 and 21, you are checking it. If the number is 15 or 21, then you are printing odd number and breaking out of it. So if it is 15 or 21, you print odd number. If it is 12 or 24, you even number and break out of it. 11 or 71, prime number, break out of it, and default is not specified number. So it is just the conversion of the if into switch start. You will be given switch statement sometimes, and you will be asked to convert it into if statement. This is a common question, right? So next question. How many times hello is printed? Because it doesn't know. While 0 means it will not display anything, because while you are not giving, while 0 means it will not come to the loop at all, it will go out of the loop. So on the, so hello, no, nothing will be displayed and no output. So give the difference between get and get car. Okay. So what is the answer? Let me tell you the answer. See, reads a character without echo. Without echoing, it will read the characters. So you are using the header files as conio.h. But whereas getCar will read the character with echo. So stdio.h is the header file that you are using for getCar. So you have to understand this. These are all the common questions. I'm telling you, these are all common questions. Definitely, they may be asking you these questions. Differentiate between iOS no create and iOS no replace. You say very simple answer. As iOS no create, file must exist. If file should exist, if no create, prevents creation. It will prevent creation. iOS no replace means file must not exist, prevents overwriting. So this is the difference between no create and no replace. Now next question is write a statement to get file pointer to the end of the file in C++. So what do? You have to have the seekg method. File.seekg of 0, iOS end. So it'll so you're opening the file with end mode. So it'll look for the end of the file. So move get file pointer. Whatever to move the get file pointer, you have to use the seekg command. Right. All right. So define foreign key. And write it here itself. There is space, so I'm writing define foreign key. Foreign key is what? It refers a field in one table that refers to the primary key of another table. We have already done it in the previous session. Same question. So now what we are doing is we are writing a HTML code now. Write the HTML code, set the height and width of an inserted image, star.jpg as 200 pixels and 150% respectively. Very simple command. So HTML body, you see image tag, star source is the star.jpg, and with height is equal to 200 and width is equal to 150. I'm closing the body tag, closing the HTML tag. Very simple code, just a 2 mark question. You can easily write it and get 2 marks easily. So the last question, very simple question. It's a 1 mark question. Complete the HTML code to set the text of the color of the whole body as blue. So what you are going to do, you are going to give the body tag. Set the body tag text is equal to blue. So the text color will be blue. So just only one line. You see, one line, not too much. It's just matter of 2-3 words. That's it. Very simple question. So we have done with 31 questions. Right. So we have done with all the questions papers, past year question papers. Okay. So we will meet in the next video sessions. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.